guys, welcome back to the Cocco channel and to another I Love Social Media video. I'm so excited to be doing another one of these. If you missed the very first one, it was all about batch work, how I get so many videos done in one single day. Would you believe me if I told you that I am on my third outfit and third video of the day? I am. If you are curious about that, again, it'll be up here in the cards as well as down below in the description. But for today's video, I'm going to talk about equipment. So if you're interested in what I use day to day for the tube of you, please keep on watching. Okay, so first things first, let's start off with cameras. I would say my filming is split 50-50 between two cameras. If you are new to me, I would consider myself a vlogging channel. I feel like that is where most of my traffic comes from, are my vlogs. That is where most of my interaction or engagement is. That is where all of my views are. The vlogs go up every single Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. Pacific Standard, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a single one of those. So, with all of that shameless pluggery out of the way, when it comes to cameras, I am split between two different cameras. I know that seems kind of high maintenance, but I want to start off with by saying you do not need these cameras I am about to show you in order to have a YouTube channel. Most wouldn't consider me a successful one. I feel very successful because I have found an amazing community full of people that are supportive and wonderful and lovely, and that to me is success. It is not shown for me in numbers. Of course, I wouldn't mind if a video went viral and I grew crazily overnight. However, I've been doing YouTube now for 5 years, and you don't do it for that long with the numbers that you see because you're in it for the money or anything like that. I'm genuinely in it for connection and community and because I love doing it. So I want to start off with, I started very low on the camera scale. My very first camera I have right here in this old little granny case, and that is a Samsung IntelliZoom little flip screen camera. This was my very first camera. I used to sit with it on my floor, and I would sit it on all kinds of different things, books, you name it. The quality was terrible and the sound was horrible, but it was the camera that we had from our wedding because my husband and I just got married in a little courthouse, if you want that story. This was a lovely first camera. I feel like you always have to start somewhere. There are many people that cannot afford right out of the gate getting a DSLR or something of that sort, and so if you can't, everyone starts somewhere and there's no shame in it. So I did record my very first video, which is the introduction to my channel, and I was a complete mess and nervous, and I was trying to be really funny and it wasn't working. So if you missed that video, I'll link it down below. Ain't no shame in that introduction starting game, baby. So from that camera, I did get an upgrade to what I am recording on right now, which is the Canon EOS Rebel T5i. This was a gift from my husband, and it was something that we did in installments. He gifted it to me for Christmas, but what we did, and I suggest if you cannot drop a load of money at once, because at the time I think this camera was for Christmas, and so I think it was on sale for like, even on sale, I think it was like $600. It was expensive, especially for us who we'd only been married for about 2 years at this point when he bought me this, and you know, weren't making a lot of money. So Best Buy, when we very first got married, opened a credit card with them, and we bought our washer and dryer on it, which was a couple $1,000s. You got 18 months to pay it off with 0% interest. We had paid off the washer and dryer and still had, you know, obviously good credit with them, and so we purchased this and paid it off in I think 12 months. So it was less than $100 a month, and that was the way I was able to get a DSLR, which just completely changed the YouTube game. If you watch my intro to like this video, it's completely different. And then when I decided that I wanted to start vlogging, which I want to say I've been vlogging for 2 years now, out of the 5 that I've been doing YouTube. I started doing a weekly vlog. I was using my iPhone, and at the time I had like an iPhone 6, and it was really good at first, you know, and everything was great, but I was having issues with storage on my phone and also on my computer because of the computer that I had, which we'll get into. But my phone started getting full. I would have to scramble to get more space. So I'm not saying that you can't do it on your phone. You absolutely can. And chances are everybody has a phone with a camera. And the cool thing is that they even have front facing, so you don't have to worry about where you are or what you're doing. When I started getting serious about vlogging, which was last year, I want to say, and it was time to upgrade. I had been doing it for a year and I was consistent. That was something that I wanted to prove to myself before investing in another camera. And originally I was going to sell this one, the Rebel, to buy this one, but I don't know, I love my Rebel and I didn't want to get rid of it. And so instead of buying a camera brand new that I wanted for vlogging, I went onto some of your resale apps. For me, I love Mercari because they have a very good return policy and a customer service policy. Their customer service is really good. They had this on sale. This is the Canon G7X. It's not the Mach 2, so this is the very first one that came out. And these are like $700, and I got this one for $250 plus I had even some credits because of referrals. So I think I paid a total of $200 for a $700 camera. Everything works. It still has like the screen protector on the screen. The little plastic piece that you can see coming up is like the actual little screen protector. There was a few little cosmetic issues, like there's like some little dents right here, like somebody had dropped it, but everything works perfectly. It came with extra batteries. And it's very user friendly. You literally just put it on and hit record. You can change your settings up here depending if you're outside, if it's just you, if you're in dark lighting, whatever the case is, you can change all the settings. But it's so easy and made a huge difference. No matter what, when you upgrade, you're gonna see a difference. I'm not saying that my vlog is better than anybody who vlogs on their cameras or anything like that. It just makes a difference for me personally, and I loved it. And I was so thankful that I was able to get it. So if you are looking for any camera, really, you can get them on your resale apps, so like Poshmark, Mercari, I don't know any of the other ones, eBay, I don't know. Going on with other camera equipment, the first thing is on top of this Canon is the Rodeo microphone. I think that this one, again, was a gift from my husband for some holiday or birthday, and I was so excited. I didn't even know the quality of it. Like, my husband did some like legit research on microphones and what people use and found that most people were using the Rodeo. It is a little bit more on the expensive side. I think this one itself is like $100, and they go all the way up to multiple hundred, several $100. So this is on the lower end, but still quite expensive, and it made such a difference. Even now, when I take it off for photographs and I go to do a video again and I don't have it plugged in, I'll start all over just because I can hear the difference. I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but once you have it, I think you'll notice. And if you're looking for a good microphone, the Rodeo is the best in the biz, is what they say. And then additionally is my tripod. I have a Ranger tripod, which again was actually a gift from Andrew. My husband has so much support behind me, it could make me cry right where I sit. But this is the Ranger. It's a heavier duty tripod, which is good for the heavier camera. This Rebel is a heavy little beast. And so it has the thicker legs. It has like the styrofoam on it for grip. You can go in every angle that you can think of, down, straight up, all around at an angle. It has like levels on it to make sure that you're good to go for filming. To go along with that, because I'm a vlogging channel, I do some traveling. I would say maybe twice a year I go out of state, and then throughout the year we go to places around the state, like in state. And so it came with a travel case, which is perfect because I can put my Canon around my neck and then this on my shoulder, and we could do photos all day long, baby. And again, because it's a little bit heavier, but the little thing even has a compass in it. So that is the travel case that it came with. I'm pretty sure I said that every single thing that I'm doing I will link down below because it's important for you guys to be able to find this stuff. And then I think that's it for camera equipment. Other than batteries, you can get off-brand batteries that are still going to work for the Canons or Nikon. There's two people in the world. There's Canons and there's Nikons. I'm kidding. But you can get off-brand batteries that work just as good. So the camera that I purchased, the G7X, came with this one. And then I did purchase another one additionally that I can't find anywhere. And I did purchase an additional one for this camera that I'm using, and so I always have 2 on charging while the other 2 are in a camera. So if I'm vlogging and I'm going to an event, which I've been going to quite a few lately of vlogger events here in Phoenix, I will always take my extra battery with me. Otherwise, when I get up in the day, I just change them and put the other ones down, and that way there's always one on charge and one in the camera that's full. So I highly recommend getting backup batteries, and you don't have to spend a ton of money on them. The like name brand Canon ones are like $30. You can get a pack of 2. I think I got a pack of 2 for $10 or something like that off of Amazon, and they last just as long and they charge just as well. So recommend. Again, if you are just starting out and you're just looking for equipment to use and you don't have a ton of money to use all at once, and say you're using your phone or a old school camcorder like I showed you, there are still options for you to do it well. This was my very first tripod that my mom bought me. I think it was like maybe 20 bucks off of Amazon, and she bought it for me for Christmas or my birthday or something, and it did have a phone attachment where it was like a spring loaded kind of thing where you bring it up and it adjusts to your phone and you do it flat. If you're doing YouTube videos, film it flat. I remember for the longest time I was filming them vertical, and then my phone videos had like black on either side. It was a mess. And I didn't even think about it. Like, that wasn't common sense to me to just turn it landscape is what they call it. So anyways, same thing with this one. It's so lightweight. It's just a cheapy one, and it still did the job. You could still pan it all the way down. You could still pan it all the way up to do whatever it is that you're doing. It does have a carrying case as well. And so this is the Pro Series 50-inch tripod. It's not meant for DSLRs. It does not carry that much weight. It's because, again, all of this was not bought at once. It was a very accumulative thing, and it was a lot of gifting from family members. I'm very blessed in the fact that people supported my, you know, goals and dreams with YouTube. 2 other things that I'm not going to get out because it would be silly are my lighting. Where I am right now in my brand new house is in front of a huge window, and I always film during the day. However, when I first started, I was filming at night and I used studio lights. Again, those were gifted to me by my husband's sister, so my sister-in-law, and they're just standard studio lights, very inexpensive but very good, and you can change out the bulbs to whatever. I never changed the bulbs. I always did like the white lighting, but I love natural lighting so much more. So I wanted to mention those. A few more travel necessities for vloggers or bloggers if you go to take photos. This was something that I picked up last year when I went on my trip to Texas. If you missed the Texas vlog, I will link that up in the cards and down below. But this is a travel case for all things tech. So I'll put my actual chargers and batteries for my cameras in here, so like the battery chargers. I'll put any headphones or USB cables that I might need, any extra lenses that I might need for this camera if I'm doing photos, laptop accessories that maybe won't fit into this one, which is my next thing that I brought with me to Texas because I knew I was going to be doing some editing. So this was the laptop case that I got. Again, this is from Amazon. It's called Cocco. You have a very nice insulated and padded, and this is specifically for my MacBook Air, which I'll show you in a minute. And then it also has an additional pouch for you to put like your mouse or your external hard drive or anything like that. So very padded, but you cannot have anything in your laptop like plugged in when you put it in this. So your passport is what it's called. It has to be unplugged and everything like that. But I will link both of those down below just because I do travel at least twice a year out of state, like I said, and then that's really good to have when you're going through security and stuff. You can just literally pull it out. It's easy peasy. Okay, so we're gonna talk about computers. The very first computer that I had that I edited all of my videos on was an HP touchscreen. I can't even remember the name of it. HP Envy, I wanna say was the name of it. And it was good. It was so good. I originally got it for school, and then when we got pregnant and I decided I was gonna do YouTube, it had a basic movie maker, is what they called it, movie maker, on the computer, and you could add music, you could fade in and out, you had transitions, you had all the things. It was very basic, but you could get by with it. You didn't need anything fancy on that one. And unfortunately, it lasted, I want to say like 4 years. And then it crashed on me. Sad, sad day. It just stopped turning on. And so I was one of those people that I always thought that anything Apple was absolutely basic, and that everyone had it, and so I was trying to be different and cool and original, and I wasn't gonna buy anything Apple, when it turns out everybody has Apple for a reason. It's because they are the best, in my opinion. I'm not trying to start no fights with any Android or, you know, anything like that. So I went into Best Buy again. I told you that little hack earlier about doing the credit card through one of your electronics, whether it's Best Buy or Fry's Electronics or anything like that, where they give you the 0% financing. And we went ahead and got a MacBook Air. It took several trips and some convincing for me to drop this much money. It was a really big investment, and so I'm so glad that I did, because it comes with everything you need and then some. It's very easy to use once you're using it. It doesn't take a long time for you to get the keys down and stuff like that. That's the thing I was most confused about, was keys and, you know, all their code things on how to do stuff. And once you start doing it on a regular basis, it does just absolutely come to you naturally. So this is my MacBook Air, and I absolutely love it. I don't know what size this is, like the 15-inch, I want to say. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the external products that I have, or pieces, equipment. So this is called a Passport, and it's just an external hard drive. I got it at the same time because I did get the lower, not quality, but lower memory, and I was already having issues like that on my old computer, where I could only edit like one video at a time, and this was specifically for YouTube. I was doing this full time when I purchased this computer, and so I knew that I was going to need more memory, and it was like, I don't know, $100 to get this, but it was like $400 to upgrade to the next like memory bank, and I was like, well, that's a no-brainer, and it serves me well. This is 1 terabyte, so the chances of me running out of room on this are slim to none. Not only do I keep my YouTube videos on this, I keep everything on this for Cocco Floor, which is my small business, which I'll link down below if you want to check out that website. It's a t-shirt company. And I also do everything on the podcast for this, as well as Instagram. Like, I have so much on this thing, and I'm not even close to a blip of the memory that it holds. The second thing is that with the MacBooks, you have limited space. So you have this little USB port, which is where my Passport is plugged into, your SD card reader. On the flip side, you have a audio jack and a charging station and another USB. So what I did was pick up a USB port, which has multiple, and right now I have my wireless mouse plugged into it, which that was important for me. I hate mouses that have the wires connected. It's just not my jam. I love having a wireless mouse. And so this is a rose gold one that I bought off of Amazon. At the same time, I went ahead and picked up a mouse pad. I've gone through a mouse pad or two in my day, and this one has a wrist pillow. Boy, has this changed the editing game, because I am a batch person. Like today, I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video, I did a whole video on batch work. So I batch film and I also batch edit. So I could be sitting in front of my computer for upwards of literally 8 hours, not all at once, but accumulative in one day editing. And this makes such a difference because you're constantly moving with editing. So I'll link both of those. One more piece of actual equipment, and then we're gonna get into what's on my computer and what I use for my videos and stuff like that, is a microphone. So this is going to be if you do a lot of voiceovers. So my ladies that do cleaning videos or cooking videos or anything like that, where it's like sped up and maybe you have music and then some voiceover, this would be if you were ready to upgrade. I never had one of these until recently. I purchased it specifically for my podcast that will be released later on this year, and it came to my attention like I could totally use this for voiceovers instead of using my phone, which has like a voice recorder on it. You could totally do that 100% if you are looking for a microphone that is external. I went off of the recommendation of Pat Flynn. If you don't know who he is, he's literally like a male version of Jenna Kutcher. He does all things. He does podcasts, he does a blog, and he does YouTube. He is so chock full of information, and that's almost solely who I went off of for the podcast and all of the things I needed. And so I just thought I would share the microphone with you because you could totally use it for voiceovers, and that is the Audio Technica. It was like $70, I want to say, for this one. This is what it looks like. It did not come with the screen. I think they call it a split screen, I'm pretty sure. And it was like a couple of dollars, this one. They have the ones that's actually like a screen that sits on it, and it's like the circle that you see like radio show hosts with, or more professional podcasters, but this one works just fine. We don't get any of that like breathing. Just because we are doing it for a podcast, I'll just show you the arm that I got, which is from Newer Professional Recording Microphone Stand. So this is the one that clips onto a surface. So for, again, just the podcast, my friend and I do it together, Hillary, who you guys have seen, and so I clip one on either side of the desk. That way we're sitting and facing each other, so we're not like looking and going away from the microphone and all that. If you want a video about podcasting, let me know. I'm not a professional and it's not even launched yet, but I have learned so many things the hard way. So anyways, that's the microphone that I used. You have the USB, which is another reason why I got that USB port for my computer, or it has the actual cord that goes into a mixing board, which who knows if we'll ever go down that road of fanciness. You never know. Okay, so let's talk about programs. I want to talk about what's on my computer that I use for editing. The program that I use for editing is iMovie. It's free. You can do anything that you need to. That's basic. You can add music, you could add voiceover, you can do transitions, you can do text, you can do speed up, slow down, you can change the color if you want to. I never do. But if you are editing a video that needs to look more professional, I guess, or anything like that, there's some people that make it look unrealistic, if you know what I mean, and change the balances and stuff like that. But anyway, all of that aside, I use iMovie for editing, and then I use GarageBand for voiceovers, which also I use for podcast. The MacBook Air just has everything on it that you need to start. And then if you wanted to graduate and do other things later, like I obviously would like to graduate to a different editing software eventually one day when YouTube takes off and stuff like that, or you know, anything of that sort. So GarageBand and iMovie are two major programs that are already built into my computer. I already have them, love them, use them all the time. Some stuff that I use for editing my thumbnails, the first thing is PicMonkey. That is essential to my thumbnails for my videos. They have a free version, however I do pay the $4.99 a month, and let me just tell you, I always tell people that is the best $5 I spend a month on YouTube, just because I've had it since the very beginning. I know that there are other programs like Canva that you can create thumbnails and they have templates and stuff like that, and that's all fine and dandy, but I don't know. I just think that PicMonkey is 10 times easier to use, and they have more things. Canva, it's like free, but then they have like little crowns or dollar signs, and you have to pay per thing. So you would have to pay like $1 for a graphic and you would have it forever, or you're gonna get 5 graphics for the amount that you would unlock all of PicMonkey for. So that's just my personal opinion. Other people feel differently, so another thing that I pay for monthly for YouTube is something called Epidemic Sound. That is based off of the recommendation of Missy from The Welder's Wife. She does all of the music. She has really great taste in music, and so she recommended that, and I am on my 2nd month of using it and have definitely changed it up. If you are looking to become a vlogger, music is a huge part of your channel, no matter what way you look at it. You need it for all your travel bits, or any channel really. If you're a cooking channel, you have a lot of sped up parts, or cleaning, or anything like that. So music is huge. There are tons of free things out there that you can download. Even YouTube has a creator studio with a ton of music, and they're adding new stuff all the time from different creators. They think, you know, I think they're catching on that music is a huge need from creators, and so I just personally think paying one lump sum and having access to literally like hundreds of thousands of songs, whether it's instrumental or vocal, is just worth its weight in gold. Wish I would have found it much earlier. Another thing that I want to talk to you about are extensions to help you with optimization. There are millions of videos of optimization. I don't feel like I know enough about it to go into it, but definitely search that out. Optimization, or SEO, for videos on how to get views and stuff like that. Maybe eventually, once I've learned enough, I'll do a video on it, but something to help you with that is our extensions. The two that I know of are TubeBuddy, which you literally install to your browser. It's like an external like extension. And so once it's installed and you're on your YouTube Creator Studio, you can click a button and it'll tell you how your title is ranking, if it's searchable, if it's not gonna get any views. And same with your tags. Tags are so much more important than I ever realized until recently, and how you place them, how you word them. Your title and your tags should be exactly the same starting out. Your very first tag should be the title of your video, which coincide with each other. So your title has to be absolutely searchable, and your tag is what's gonna make it get searched, if that makes sense. And then you go from there. It's not like Instagram with hashtags where you're like video, YouTube, vlogger, you know, it's not like hashtags, it's actual searchable terms. So for this video, it's going to be equipment that I use. It's going to be best equipment for YouTube, easiest, most affordable equipment for YouTube, equipment I need to start YouTube equipment, you know, stuff like that. So you want to go down the line of searchable terms. And the other one is vidIQ. Again, that was a recommendation from Missy. So definitely check both of those out, see if it's something that you're interested in. And then I told you in that video of batch work that I was going to go over some more about notebooks, but I really went into pretty good detail on that one. So this video is a million years long. There's going to be so many links and information and channels and all of that down below. I hope this was somewhat helpful to you. Again, you don't need a, you know, DSLR and the fancy Canon vlogging camera and all of this stuff all at once, all at the beginning if you're just starting out. These are things that I would recommend if you're like graduating and going to different things, or you know, whatever the case is. Like, I have been doing YouTube for 5 years and I'm still not using Final Cut Pro. I need to eventually get there, but I already pay for things monthly for YouTube right now, and I'm not bringing in enough revenue to justify paying for Final Cut Pro. But anyways, I just wanted to, you know, do this, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what some of your favorite products are, or what cameras you use down below. I'm always curious about that. And if you are new, again, hello and welcome. My name is Brittany Cocco. You are watching the Cocco channel. It really would mean so much to me if you became a part of the Cocco family here on YouTube, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye! Is definitely my vlog, which comes up, that is based off of the recommendation of Missy from The Welder's Wife, which go up every single Monday at 5 a.m. Pacific Standard. All of this was not which vlogs go up every single Monday at a set time of 5 a.m. East, and that is based off of the recommendation, oh my gosh. But, what? Which go up every single Monday at 8 a.m., 5 a.m. What is wrong with you?